Leah here again with a quick video on Infinity Train. Now, I know, you're probably like, again? Why again? And I promise I have more content on other shows coming soon, including on Miraculous Ladybug. I know you guys are waiting, but the reason I've been talking about this show so much lately is because of the danger that it's in and has been in since December of 2020. And if I can use my platform to desperately try and save it, I'll be damned if I don't. For those of you who don't know, Infinity Train was cancelled. And I'm not exaggerating, those are the words straight from the creator's mouth. Now, if you don't know anything about the series, you're probably wondering why in the hell it was cancelled when it seems to be relatively popular. I mean, it's been trending on HBO Max since it released Book 4 a week ago, even above Game of Thrones. Well, it all comes down to one very, very frustrating reason. Cartoon Network claimed that because an older woman was the protagonist of the next season, that there was no child entry point and therefore didn't want to greenlight the season, so they canceled it. Now, this is a very ignorant reason to cancel a cartoon, an assumption that children, especially young girls, wouldn't be interested in watching an older woman on screen as the focus. That's something that rarely happens, especially if the character isn't boiled down to just being the protagonist's mother. But what makes this even more frustrating is that the entire script for Book 5, which is the next season, was already written and finalized. And it wasn't even just a season, it was a movie, a whole movie. Hell, there were even storyboards that were done for it. And my god, look at these and tell me that these aren't interesting as all hell. In fact, my thumbnails for my most recent videos on the show are actually HD recreations of these panels because they're just that good. Now you may be wondering, yeah, Leah, this all sounds really sad, but what's the actual reason you called us here today? Well, I'm helping to spread the word about a trend party that the fandom is holding on April 29th, which is this upcoming Thursday. We're trying to trend the tags #FinishInfinityTrain, #RenewInfinityTrain, and just #InfinityTrain. It becomes harder and harder for the people in charge to justify canceling this cartoon when the numbers speak so loudly in opposition, and that's the point. And while it seems to not have worked in the past, I promise that they're paying attention. Social media is a very powerful tool, and I know that we can use it to save the show. This fandom has doubled in size since the release of Book 4, and it's getting harder and harder for the network to ignore the mistake that they made in canceling it prematurely. And we know it's working because the creator, Owen Dennis, said so on his Twitter. And not only did he say that the awareness on social media is working, he himself is actually participating in the trend this upcoming Thursday. As a way to thank us for all of this support and helping to push the hashtag, he's giving away prizes on Twitter based on how far up the show gets on trending. If it trends at number 5, 100 random people will get stickers. If it trends at number 4, 90 random people will get buttons. If it trends at number 3, 5 random people will get a Chicken Choice Judy shirt. If it trends at number 2, 1 random person will get a passenger jacket. And if it trends at number 1, Owen himself will release an Infinity Train Book 5 frame mock-up. Now, he didn't really clarify if this frame mock-up will be the frames that we saw in the leaked yearbook or entirely different frames that we haven't seen yet, but either or, we're not going to get another opportunity like this again. Imagine having those leaked frames in HD, then we can really get into analyzing what this movie would have been like. Also, as an important side note, Owen also mentioned that he will ship the physical prizes internationally, so please don't let not living in the US deter you from participating. Prizes out of the way though, how exactly do we actually get these trending spots? Well, there's a few ways, however we need a disclaimer here first. First off, spamming the hashtag under unrelated posts on Cartoon Network on HBO Max social media posts are unhelpful. They're not seeing it, and it only serves as a way to annoy the people who are there for the content that the post is pertinent to. Congratulations, now you just lost us a potential fan who probably doesn't want to watch the show now because they think the fandom is obnoxious. If you want to interact with HBO Max and Cartoon Network socials, do so by commenting on, liking, and retweeting their posts specifically about the show. They see those interactions and they see which are getting the most interactions. The Infinity Train posts getting a lot of interactions puts the show on their radar, because now they know that that's what their audience wants to see. Secondly, please do not be rude to HBO Max or Cartoon Network about renewing it or about canceling it. Again, this doesn't work. Please instead be polite and tell them why you would like to see more. You can do this by talking about your favorite character, episode, or season, or even just post your favorite clip with the related hashtags or phrases. People are more likely to watch the show if they see something that catches their interest. They're less likely to interact with it if they see a "Renew Infinity Train, bestie" fan cam response under a Cartoon Network post that's related to Adventure Time. So for example, a good post would be, "I want Infinity Train to be renewed because Amelia Hughes is a strong female lead who is part of the 1970s feminist movement that I think many women and girls would find relatable. Hashtag finish Infinity Train." Or, "I want Infinity Train to be renewed because I think 1-1 is funny and I want to see more of his jokes on screen. Hashtag renew Infinity Train." Now obviously, these are just examples, but you get the point here. Just anything is better than the approach of spamming and playful rudeness on unrelated social media posts. That poor social media manager is tired. They know you want Infinity Train renewed, they don't have any control over that. When making these posts, it's also important to include the phrase Infinity Train just normally alongside the hashtag. This is because phrases trend much easier than hashtags do, and so including both or multiple is what's going to push the most engagement. The other important thing to remember is that if you aren't in the United States, your tweets are not counting towards trending in the United States. So if you can, please make sure to use a VPN while tweeting and set your location to somewhere in the US. There are free ones that you can use, but no worries at all if for whatever reason you can't. Your tweets are still valuable, they just won't count towards the United States trending tags. And while I've spent the majority of this video talking about Twitter, that isn't the only social media platform that we should be focusing on. I'm talking about YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, hell, even Facebook. Time to bother grandma with your animation posts again. Any positive awareness towards the show is good awareness, and posting in places like YouTube or TikTok is going to help. Post a shocking scene or theory on TikTok, the algorithm there loves those. Post an informational video like this one on YouTube telling your viewers about the event. That spreads awareness and contributes to the trending hashtag. Post some art that you made on Instagram and get people interested. The more we post about it, the higher our chances for renewal get. I promise that based on how hard Owen himself is pushing this, that there's hope. If he didn't think that renewal was possible, I don't think that he would be teasing the hell out of Book 5 on Reddit and giving away pretty substantial prizes as rewards for trending. HBO Max and Cartoon Network are watching, and they will want to renew the show if they see that it's lucrative. We need to prove to them that it will be, and the best way to do this is to show up and support in the best way that we can. And outside of trending, the best way that we can do that is by buying the merch, watching the show legally on HBO Max if we're able, or simply spreading it like wildfire on social media. If HBO Max isn't available in your country, you can buy both books 1 and 2 on DVD and on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and YouTube. You can stream the OST on Spotify for free, or watch the official videos for the show on their channels. There's so many things that you can do to help support the show even if you aren't in the United States. And I know that it's been frustrating for those of you who are international fans, but HBO Max is likely coming to you by this summer, and with a cheaper ad-supported version. When it comes out, watch it legally if you can. If not, as I said, there are many other ways to help. I'll be linking a post I made a while ago in the description, but just a simple social media post goes a long way. This show is a game changer for Western animation, and we cannot let it die under unfair circumstances. There were comics, a choose-your-own-adventure book, and video games in the works all before it was cancelled. There was even a VR game at one point that only a few crew members got to play. It's so frustrating because it seems like Cartoon Network is sitting on a gold mine that they're too afraid to start tapping into. Mark my words, Book 5 would have been when this series took off. And if they need a push to prove that it's profitable, let April 29th be that push. We're going to get the show renewed on April 29th, 10 a.m. EST. Hope to see you there.